Hello, all, and welcome to Tweaks for Freaks. I shall be your host for the night, End of the Road Haunts. This is the show where we take some animatronics and props, questionable in their makeup, give them some tweaks, and turn them into the horrifying freaks they were destined to be. So join me as we pick a prop that we shall do this to. So, the lot of you should be familiar with the show by now, and if you're not and you're new here, hi. So, this of course is Tweaks for Freaks. You've seen that intro, you know what we do here. And today, third time's a charm, for the third episode, I'm covering the most infamous Spirit Halloween prop ever. Now that title could go to quite a lot, but everybody probably knows which this one is. Even if you've seen the thumbnail, since I'm going to blur it out, you know what's coming. And you've seen him in the intro. I think we shall introduce Johnny Punk. I'm honestly not going to explain why I'm going to fix this guy. If you know what he is, you know exactly why he needs fixing. There's nothing I can say. He just needs fixing. So, let's go do that now. We're back in the workshop. You'd love to see it. And here we have it set up with Johnny Punk. Now, I made a video like a year or so ago explaining why he's not as bad as many people think. And I still agree with this video. But in the end, Johnny Punk had a lot of potential, but it was wasted. I don't think the idea of a bully prop is bad. If you've seen It, or the book, or the miniseries, then you know that bullies can genuinely be kind of scary. So, I'll be doing that. So, the first thing I'll change is the name. Because for some like Tombstone Terror, the name doesn't have to change. But Johnny Punk, I don't think that name strikes fear into your heart. It kind of sounds like just, what some teachers would jokingly refer to a brat as. So, I'll be changing the name to Jail Time Johnny. Hopefully that's not too cringy, but hey, I think it's a little more, fear-inducing than Johnny Punk. So, Now, it could also be Johnny Jail Time. Either one, I think it works. Technically, he wouldn't be in jail, he'd be in juvenile detention center, but I don't care. This is a Halloween prop. So, the first of the big things I'll be changing will be design/look. Now, for this, there is quite a lot that has to change. But the first one, off the swing. Because nothing is less threatening than a bully, threatening to kick your ass while he's just swinging. I don't think there's much to that. So, first thing, remove the swing. Hey, that rhymes. Now, the next thing I'll be changing is also in design/looks. But one of the big problems I had with Johnny Punk is that he is supposed to be scary and stuff, but he doesn't really have anything to show that. No blood or anything, or no weapons. Now, I won't be adding blood or cracks or anything like that, because I think his base look is actually pretty decent. Sure, the clothes should be higher quality and a little more detailed, but it's a little hard to show. But what is easy to show is weapons. Now, he could use a bunch of things. Maybe a switchblade, maybe a hairspray can that he's, setting on fire for a flamethrower, like that one idea I had a little while back. And all these, I think, are perfectly good alternatives. So I'm not dunking on any of them when I choose something different. But I'm going to choose a baseball bat, just because I think he works a little better as a stereotypical big, burly bully, rather than just a dinky little kid with a switchblade. But I think any of those would work. So yeah, I'm going to give him a baseball bat. Next, I'm going to cover the animation. I usually do audio, but his audio is a whole other beast. So, the animation, firstly. Because he's off the swing, his animation's obviously gonna be a little different. He could just rock back and forth, but I'm not gonna do that just because, like, it wouldn't work very well. But I have his baseball bat propped up on his shoulder, so I think a swinging motion with him leaning forward as a jump scare, I think that would work perfectly well. Sure, people would see it coming, but, I think it would make it a pretty alright prop, especially if the phrases and audio are done right. So yeah, the animation, a jump scare with swinging the baseball bat. The audio is next. I'm just gonna let my silence take away this little thing I'm gonna do. Yeah, complete rehaul on almost every single front. My biggest problem with this prop is the audio. It is god awful. So, the first thing I'm gonna do is take you to the Notes app, where I'll rewrite some of his phrases. So, join me. Or just stick around through the video, because that's how you join me. But, anyways, let's get to that. So, here we are in the Notes app. Now, I have all his phrases written down, and I am going to be remaking them, because they are awful. So, yeah, well, alright. So, the first one here is, who are you calling a clown? You don't know who you're messing with. Yeah, that's a pretty good impression of him. So, I think the first thing I'll do is, well, firstly, I'll label this redone. So with that, I think it's just a better, rephrasing of this. Now, the next thing I'm going to do to make this, quite a violent line, because I like violence in my props, is something like, guess I'll be laughing over your injured body then. Then he would swing his bat, so, Then I'll just add something like, and then just, to finally tease you, didn't think you'd be smart enough to run. So that's the first phrase redone. Now the second one here is, I've been waiting for you to come out and play. What took you so long? Because that's totally what the Johnny Punk laugh sounds like. Now, I'm gonna, still keep the tone of the phrase, so here I said, I got so bored waiting for you, I thought I'd have to come and get you. Because, I think that works fairly well. So, yeah. The next line I'll be adding will be... Then the next thing I added here is, but here you are, ready to have your brain spill out over the ground. Swings. Now, I know these phrases might be a little cringy, but mind you, this is my first time doing this on Tweaks for Freaks. Plus, if you think is this cringy, then wait for what's coming up. Then, just for a final little insult, like you had any in there anyway, 'cause, he's mean. The next and final one is, you've made a big mistake coming over here. I'll give you a 3-second head start to get lost. 1, 2, 3. Now, I do think this phrase is pretty alright, but, of course, it can be reworded with a little more violence. So, the first little sentence I have here is, hey, idiot, you know not to come over here, right? Now, I know that Spirit probably wouldn't say idiot, but this is my video, and I personally wouldn't mind it. I know some, soccer moms would complain to corporate about that, but I really don't mind. They could swap it out for something like dummy, which was what I was originally going to do. However, I don't think it would work so well. The next sentence I added here was, I'll give you a 3-second head start to run before I cave your head in. Which, of course, is pretty violent, but, I like that. So I just think this one works a little better. So here, for the countdown, I'll do 1, 2, and then he swings, just to, really catch you off guard. Because, of course, if he swings on 3, everybody's expecting that. So, of course, I think this would work a little better. The next one I have here is countdown's over, scram, moron. So, that's just something that I think would work pretty alright, but, So I hope these phrases don't make you die of cringe, but let me promise you, the next part will. So the next little thing that'll have to be done, since the phrases are reworded, is that I'll have to do new voice acting. Now, sadly, I couldn't get in touch with the original voice actor since he was too busy making alright music, but instead, I'll be getting a voice actor. He's competent, handsome, awesome, really awesome, big and buff, and by that I mean just me. Some of those are true, in fact all of them, but maybe not the competent part, because mind you, this is my first time voice acting, so it might be a little cringy, but I think it will be better than the Johnny Punk voice acting of because his laugh was just awful, and even the delivery too. So hopefully it won't suck, but with that out of the way, we're here with the demo. So, here we are. Hey, idiot, you know not to come over here, right? Listen, I'll give you a 3-second head start to run before I cave your head in. 1, 2! Countdown's over, so scram, moron. So, yeah, that was me trying out the voice acting. So make that what you will. Tell me if that's a good or bad thing, if I should keep trying that. Of course, when, it's suited, because I'm not voicing a little girl or anything. Well, I might try somehow, but, I don't think it would go very well. But these videos are just a proof of concept. So, anyways, let me know what you thought of, the things I fixed with him. Let me know what you'd fix, if he needs fixing at all. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.